Arin Vellum had spent his whole life dreaming of the past. Asa historianter and denier. He wanted to see history, not just read about it. And when his prototype time device finally hummed to life in his laboratory, he knew he was only moments from witnessing the world of centuries long gone. With trembling fingers, Arin punched in the date. 14th century, somewhere in the highlands of old Europe. A flash of blue light wrapped around him, and in one heartbeat, he was no longer in his quiet lab. He was standing in a thick forest, the smell of pine and ash heavy in the air. At first, it was everything he had ever wanted. The world felt raw, alive, real. Villagers rode past with wooden carts. Children chased goats near dusty roads. Smoke curled from chimneys like distant gray ribbons. Arin felt like he had stepped inside a painting. But then, his device blinked red. System error return function offline. The words hit him like a punch. The device sputtered, sparked, and then went completely dark. He was stuck. Panic clawed at his throat. He tried everything, adjusting the crystal core, rewiring circuits, even hitting it with a rock in frustration, but nothing worked. The future he came from, his home, his family, all were suddenly unreachable. Days turned into weeks. Arin hid his strange clothing under borrowed cloaks and tried blending in. A kind blacksmith named Rowan offered him a place to sleep in exchange for help at his forge. Arin learned to hammer metal, to build tools, to survive with his hands instead of machines. And slowly, very slowly, the fear faded. He found beauty in the simplicity of the past. Meals cooked over open flames, stories told beside crackling fires, nights where stars looked close enough to touch. Rowan's daughter, Lyra, taught him the local dialect and laughed endlessly at his awkward accent. For the first time in years, Arin felt present, alive. But the device on his belt remained silent. One night, under a full moon, Lyra asked softly, "Why do you always stare at the sky? What are you waiting for?" Arin hesitated. The truth was unbelievable, yet lying felt wrong. "I come from a time far ahead," he whispered, "and I don't know if I'll ever see it again." She didn't laugh. She didn't panic. Instead, she touched his shoulder gently. "Maybe you were sent here," she said, "because here is where you're meant to be." Arin looked at her, at the warmth in her eyes, at the life he had unexpectedly built, and for the first time, he wondered if returning home was even what he wanted. Weeks later, as the first snow of winter fell, Arin finally repaired the device. It blinked softly, its blue light returning like a heartbeat long gone. He stood alone in the forest, devising a future waiting for him with a single press of a button. But he didn't press it. Instead, he switched it off and placed it gently inside a hollow tree, burying it under leaves. He walked back toward the village, toward Rowan, toward Lyra, toward the life he had found not by choice, but by fate. Arin Vellum, the brilliant time traveler, never returned to his own era. But in the past, he found something far rarer than technology. A place where he truly belonged.